let me just dig a little bit deeper. When you say that your parents went through all that, we always hear about how divorce is really traumatic for kids. Was it like that for you? And what about like them ending up getting back together and everything? Like, how is your relationship with your parents?
So I'm very close with my pops and my mom. But I mean, I've been through a lot of traumatic shit in my life. For example, I mean, I'll tell you, I don't really, like, I don't even feel bad about it. I'm just very open about my shit. I'm very good at blocking shit out. When I was like 12 years old, I got stabbed by a knife. So in my sleep by a family relative who was like mentally like unstable.
I just gasped like 3 times in a row. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. But that shit doesn't even get to me like that. When that happened to me, I went through it for like a week. I don't know what it was. I became numb and kind of like emotionless to traumatic shit. It's crazy. I could just put it like behind me.
Wow.
It's weird. It's very weird.
So this relative, did you know that there was a chance that they would do some crazy violent shit, or was
Nah. They were on just a bunch of drugs, and obviously they were mentally unstable.
Wow.
So,
Did they end up going to jail for it?
They went to jail, but then they got admitted to a mental place because that's where you belong.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were out of their mind.
Right.
And yeah, that shit was crazy, and it affected my family more than it affected me.
Really?
Because yeah, like my siblings and my parents were like, what the fuck? They were obviously like, what the fuck? They were tripping the fuck out. Obviously, I was very young. I was scared.
How bad and where did he stab?
It's on my arm right here. You can probably see it.
Okay, but so it wasn't.
You see it?
Yeah.
I had like 9 stitches.
But you were bleeding a lot. It's gotta be scary, especially when you're asleep. I hate when anyone messes with you when you're asleep, bro.
But you know what's crazy? I couldn't feel it.
Really?
Because the adrenaline, and you just wake up. So I pulled that knife right out, and I was screaming. Went to the hospital. Stopped bleeding when I was at the hospital. It was crazy. They just stitched me up, and that was it. When I went to school, I just told motherfuckers, "Oh, I tripped and fell on a fucking nail." That's
you
what I
didn't even
said.
want to talk about it. I guess that makes sense.
Nah. At that time, I was just, it was weird.
You're a kid. You want to be normal.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I've been through a lot of crazy traumatic shit, but I've always just been able to put that shit, like, kind of like, picture like you're jumping over like a hurdle. It's just a hurdle. I'll just jump over that motherfucker. Like, I'm not really letting that shit get to me.
Yeah, and I mean, you need that if you're going to be popular on Twitch or on the internet in general, because everything good that happens to you is always going to be almost like paired with a negative reaction.
Of course, and I get that so much.
Yeah.
But I think everybody does when they're first coming up.